Coach, kind of a two-parter. How tough was it for your group to get into a consistent rhythm tonight? And then, with your group, which is normally really good at turning teams over, not generating enough of those, how did that contribute to that?
I think that first quarter got us. I think there was just a lull to the game. We didn't have the energy that we needed to come out. A back and forth early. We couldn't put the ball in the hole. I think that was a big portion of it. But like we've talked about, we can't let the offense shot making or misses impact our defense. And I think that was a big portion of that first quarter. Just trying to generate that energy with the group of guys. We defend, we play physical, we play aggressive. I think we weren't allowed to do a little bit of that tonight. Now they were. And so I think that was a little bit of some of the disparity in that regard. But, we have to be better at it and adjust accordingly as the game is going on.
Talked about it in a few games now, how sometimes the energy just isn't there in the first quarter. How do you go about kind of finding that or maintaining it? Because the guys were able to get back in the game, and then the 15-2 run to end the first half. How do you kind of maintain that energy and that flow?
Well, this was the first time in like 3 or 4 games, I think, that we didn't have the energy that was needed. And so I think, we'll bounce back tomorrow. The great part about the NBA is that you get another crack at it tomorrow. And so I think our guys will feel this sting right now for what we've done and the way in which we played, and be ready to bounce back tomorrow against Milwaukee.
You kind of alluded to it a little bit, but you guys have always been talking about searching for consistency and wanting to keep 4 quarters of effort up. When a game is one of runs where, it's kind of going back and forth for the first part, how tough is that to maintain for your group out there?
Well, tonight it was just a little different. I think the momentum shifts, happened to come, we'd miss a shot and then come down, they get an easy basket. Then we, try to defend, get physical, fouls called. And then so it breaks the momentum of the game up. I think when that happens in a game, you've got to adjust to the way that the game is being called. And then you got to just, show your hands a little bit more, do a better job defending without fouling, regardless of how they're calling the game. And then you've just got to make sure that you don't let the makes or misses impact the way in which you defend.
We saw Paolo go through his pregame warm-up, and then he got downgraded out. Just what went into that decision?
I just think just making sure that he's, available, for the long haul. I think, walking into a back-to-back in some cases is plays a portion of that. But our just ability to just keep him healthy, for the duration more than just, try to jump right back in.
What have you liked about the way Jet has maybe developed his game as a playmaker? I mean, when we talked to him, he talks about the fact that he did a lot of that in college, but in the NBA, we haven't seen that a whole lot until this season. So what have you liked about his development as more than just a three-point shooter, I guess?
Well, I think just being able to have a well-rounded game. I think with all our guys, it's going to be about decision-making. It's going to be about that growth process of how do they keep improving their game. We talked about as a group being able to make quick decisions, make the right pass, make the right play. Again, I think us being able to take care of the basketball was a big portion of what occurred tonight. And if we can take care of the basketball, we give ourselves a chance in these situations.
The Wolves really struggled to make field goals in the third quarter, but Anthony Edwards was still able to kind of make a big energy play. Where do you guys have to kind of find, maybe you can't make that kind of an energy play like Ant did, but where do you kind of find a way to make those energy plays when maybe the team is stuck in rut or find a way to get to the foul line like Minnesota did in the third quarter?
Wait. Can you run that last piece back?
Yeah, just like how do you find a way to
get to the foul line like Minnesota did in the third quarter?
Yes.
I think just being able to get downhill and attack the right way, not looking for the foul, but, being able to generate the right type and knowing, how they're playing. They were extremely physical, as we were as well. And I think just being able to generate the same type of calls is important for us, getting downhill, because I think we attacked the basket just, a decent amount. They got into the paint, 45 times. We were in there 40 times. And I think it's just our ability to stay aggressive, not get discouraged by whatever's happening on the floor. And then, obviously, we got to let our defense create our offense so we can get some of those easy baskets to create the momentum.
You talked about it at shoot-around, trying to run Anthony Edwards off the line. His three-point shot-making ability, first quarter comes out 3 of 3 on a heater, finishes the game just 4 of 11. I mean, what was the difference between him in that first quarter knocking down those triples versus the rest of the game?
Well, again, it was that first quarter that sparked it off. You know, I think that our ability to jump into the game plan right away with physicality, not ease ourselves into it. I mean, he started off a little bit comfortable, and then as we turned it up a little bit, you know, him being able to have to take tough shots, getting him off the line, had a couple drives to the basket, but again, our big ability to get him off the line was the first priority. You know, and then again, that's why that first quarter is so important, to be able to come out with the energy as well as following the game plan.
Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you all.